In the beginning of Christianity, the faith was carried by the apostles themselves, eyewitnesses of Jesus Christ, chosen to spread the gospel to the world. First century, the apostles. Peter, Paul, John, James, and the other apostles preached, taught, and suffered martyrdom across the Roman Empire. They established churches, wrote the books of the New Testament, and entrusted their teachings to faithful successors. As the apostles passed from this world, a new generation arose, men who had known them personally. Late 1st to early 2nd century, the Apostolic Fathers. At the end of the 1st century, Clement of Rome, a disciple of Peter and Paul, wrote to preserve unity in the Church. Soon after, Ignatius of Antioch, bishop and martyr, testified to the authority of bishops and the reality of Christ in the Eucharist. Polycarp of Smyrna, a disciple of the Apostle John, guarded the true faith and died as a martyr around the middle of the 2nd century. Alongside them were Papias of Hierapolis, who preserved apostolic teachings, and early Christian writings such as the Didache and the Shepherd of Hermas. These men formed a living bridge between the apostles and the growing church. 2nd century, the apologists and defenders of the faith. As Christianity spread, persecution increased. In the 2nd century, writers rose to defend the faith publicly. Justin Martyr explained Christianity to the Roman world using philosophy and reason. Irenaeus of Lyons, a student of Polycarp, refuted heresies and affirmed the apostolic tradition passed down through bishops. Their writings clarified what Christians believed and why. Late 2nd to 3rd century theologians and martyrs. In the late 2nd and 3rd centuries, Christian theology deepened. Clement of Alexandria sought harmony between faith and reason. Tertullian of Carthage gave the Church much of its theological vocabulary, including the term Trinity. Origen, one of the greatest early scholars, produced vast biblical commentaries and theological works. Hippolytus of Rome and Cyprian of Carthage strengthened church discipline and unity, often at the cost of their lives. This was an age of suffering, but also of profound intellectual growth. 4th century, the Nicene Fathers. In the 4th century, persecution ended, but doctrinal conflict intensified. The Council of Nicaea, in the year 325, defended the truth that Jesus Christ is fully God. Athanasius of Alexandria stood almost alone at times, defending the divinity of Christ against Arianism. Basil the Great, Gregory of Nazianzus, and Gregory of Nyssa, known as the Cappadocian Fathers, clarified the doctrine of the Trinity. John Chrysostom, famed for his preaching, called Christians to holiness and justice. Late 4th to 5th century, the Great Western Fathers. In the West, towering figures shaped Christian thought. Ambrose of Milan guided emperors and influenced a young Augustine. Jerome translated the Bible into Latin, creating the Vulgate. Augustine of Hippo, writing at the turn of the 5th century, profoundly shaped Christian theology on grace, sin, and salvation. Finally, Leo the Great, Bishop of Rome, helped define Christological doctrine and strengthened the unity of the Church. From the apostles of the 1st century to the great theologians of the 5th, the early Church Fathers preserved, explained, and defended the Christian faith, handing it down from generation to generation. Their voices still speak today.